God damn, Jimmy. This some serious gourmet shit.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
The expectations that one has for a Raj and DK project really sets the bar high for any series to deliver not only a thrilling ride but a tale that should be entertaining and surprising. With knocking it out of the park with shows like Family Man and Fuzzy, Raj and DK jumped ship to Netflix this time to present us Guns and Gulaabs, a series that is getting mixed reviews from people across the board, and it made me think it may have to do with the structure in which they have presented this series, vastly different from their previous outings. The series focuses on the fictional town of Gulabganj, which is notorious for its opium production, as Arjun Verma, played by Dulquer Salmaan, enters the town as the new narcotics department head. He has intentions to crack down on the illegal trade and influence that is posed by Ganchi and Nabeed, the two major players in the game. The influence of Arjun puts him under a heavy scanner, and how the characters of Pana Tipu, played by Rajkummar Rao, Charkat Atmaram, played by Gulshan Devaiah, and Chotu Ganchi, played by Adarsh Gourav, get integrated into this madness forms the basic premise of this 7 to 8 episode tale. There are many reasons why the series is getting a variety of reactions, and let's take a deep dive of why this may be the case. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the series so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch Guns and Gulaabs on Netflix or not. The underwhelming aspects: dimly lit action and lacking staple Raj and DK fluidity. There are several moments in the series where I anticipated an action set piece in vintage Raj and DK style, but alas, what we are mostly subjected to in this series are dimly lit crossfires that mostly make you squint your eye in deciphering who or what is being affected in the frame. The issue is not necessarily the expectation that the series should have set pieces like The Family Man, where there is an existence of effortless comedy while stakes are grave, but the series, barring the exceptional last episode, does not have really memorable points of combat or conflict that one can rave about. Quite the contrary, there are moments with Gulshan Devaiah's character where his skills are captured like the fatality sequences of Mortal Kombat. The frames highlight each blow, as Charkat Atmaram could easily translate as a character in a 1v1 video game. And I wish such inventive ideas were dispersed throughout the series, especially this crossfire that is staged in a hospital. It lacked the hilarious chaos that was once captured in a film like Gangs of Wasipur, where a malfunctioning gun leads to a chase across the city captured through guerrilla filmmaking. One just expected the crazy style of the duo to be dispersed a little more in this series. Slow burn and below average subplots. I actually think it is absolutely genius the way Raj and DK develop the events in this series, and for those who may have left the series in the middle because they think that the subplots and the way they develop get confusing, or they have a perception that the series is not going anywhere, I wanted to tell you that it culminates into such a delicious form of chaos that the wait is worth it. The series works in a way where it develops each character and makes us privy about their loyalties and personality traits. This includes a hilarious love angle between Rajkummar Rao and TJ Bhanu, a contract killer who sways dependent on his mood, played by Gulshan, a desperate child wanting to prove his worth to his father, played by Adarsh Gourav, and a family man and a noble officer, played by Dulquer, and a set of school students and them figuring out adolescent life. All of these subplots develop in a way, if you see from a microscopic level, it really doesn't go anywhere, and if you're impatient and leave it midway, you would think that the series is a drag, but the entire point of the series, just like Vishal Bhardwaj's Kamine or Guy Ritchie's Snatch, or most accurately Fargo, sets the stage for all these characters to cross paths with one another in a crazy main event last episode. Trust me when I say this, the wait is worth it. The only aspect that I may confess that doesn't leave any profound impact on you is the subplot regarding Shreya Dhanvantri's character and her interaction with Dulquer Salmaan, and a character whose motivation and introduction gets integrated in the screenplay far too late and abruptly for you to even slightly be intimidated by them. The good: production and set design. An exceptionally delightful homage to the 90s and what we term as the good old days. This especially gets captured in the way adolescent teenagers interact with one another and deal with female attention in school, and the beautiful love angle between Rajkummar Rao and TJ Bhanu. You're set in a small town where English is considered to be a status symbol, love letters and flames are the only form of expressing one's affection for someone else. Bryan Adams comes to the rescue in some cases, and the assessment of the lyrics of a song by replaying the cassette time and time again reminded me of the only way I would learn the lyrics and choreography of a song, by constantly replaying it on tape, hoping I had the right opportunity to impress someone in school, because I had fully rutted James Blunt's You're Beautiful. Production and art designer Ramcharan Tejlaban and Parichit Paralkar leave no stone unturned in truly transporting you to the era where the influence of cinema and songs was at its peak, and mullets and mopeds and sleeveless sweaters were all the rage. I would also recommend stick around with the end credits of some of the episodes. It's genuinely a trip down nostalgia that will put a smile on your face. Screenplay. As I previously mentioned, the beauty of this series is the screenplay of Raj and DK, which will momentarily make you think that it is spreading itself too thin with various subplots, but it's all so meticulously designed that each detail that one thought was forgotten actually resurfaces in making sense in the concluding episodes. You remember watching Kamine? There was an innocent good dude dealing with the relationship with Sweetie, a betting obsessed twin brother Charlie, a guitar case of cocaine, and several interested parties in the form of a father with political influence, a drug lord called Tashi, corrupt cops that all eventually cross paths with one another in an ultimate showdown. This is how beautifully Guns Gulaabs also develops, making you assume in the first instance that there are too many angles working in parallel fashion, only to throw you off and cross these paths when you least expect. Performances. The one aspect of Raj and DK projects that is undeniable is that they always get their casting on point. Creators who genuinely consider the ability of actors and whether they fit the role like a glove. The late Satish Kaushik as the influential and constantly swearing Ganchi is absolutely hilarious. An acting force to be reckoned with truly in every sense. Adarsh Gourav is exceptional, and the commentary regarding his character is beautifully fleshed out. A case of a boy never feeling like he is enough in his father's eyes, the conditioning of what a man should possess, and how Adarsh constantly battles the projection of what his father wants to see versus who he really is developed brilliantly. He is volatile, unpredictable and slightly manic, and it's all due to the pressure placed on him for being the perfect son to his father. Even though I feel that they made his arc slightly one-tone in the concluding moments, his performance however is unnerving in several instances. The laughs are mostly delivered by Rajkummar Rao in this series, who comes straight out of Ludo and has the same sensibilities here too. Madly and deeply in love, Raj is naive, unintentionally funny, and is hilarious, especially in the several interactions he shares with TJ Bhanu and Manoj Sharma. Dulquer has a pretty straight-edge role dealing with several curveballs flung his way. It isn't entirely challenging or different from the roles we have previously seen him in. Gulshan Devaiah in the limited time leaves such a lasting impression as Charkat Atmaram, basically taking the form of a Russian goon in a film like Rock'n'Rolla, who refuses to die. His annoyance with those who speak too much or disrespect him accounts for several laugh-out-loud moments. I really won't forget a scene where he has to whisper a threat over the phone, and it had me rolling. Seeing this character, I could clearly tell that Atmaram would really get along with Bob Biswas from Kahani. As this is a spoiler-free review, I have to again reiterate that the series progresses beautifully in its final episode, where episodes 7 and 8 are clubbed together and presented as a full feature film with an interval. This is where the series justifies each end which you think may have been half-baked or lost in translation. The attention to detail by Raj and DK and packing in so many subplots, eventually culminating into this non-linear chaotic crime thriller, will really make you understand the form and method in which the creators chose to tell this story. Guns Gulaabs may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I urge you to give it a chance as it progresses exceptionally well and also showcases creators who are willing to go out on a limb and tell stories in an inventive fashion versus spoon-feeding you a generic storyline that will be forgotten in days to come. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about Guns Gulaabs. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.